Hello, 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 my peeps. Can you see I am freezing? It is what, day 4? I think it's day 4. And we are going on our luxury tour today of the Golden Circle. We're going to be looking at some geysers. We're going to be looking at the waterfall and the national park. And then later on this evening, we shall be capturing those Aurora lights. Aurora, or whatever. Northern lights. The northern lights. Now, normally they say for these tours to be there half an hour before you pick up. So that's what we were. We are now into 45 minutes of freezing our asses off. I've had to ring them up. They say, oh, we're on our way. So they better get here. Because I booked a luxury tour. I thought I deserved some luxury at least once on this tour. Yes, I am luxuriously freezing my butt off. So, as soon as I get into my luxury minibus, I will let you know. Toodaloo! Back to you when they get here, when the mama has thawed.
On the left side you can see a mountain called Skálafell, or Hut Mountain, because there's a hut or a cabin there, and also a skiing area. So that's the secondary skiing area of the capital area. Tricky climates. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. And it tends to be that way when we get the snow. It comes all at once. 1 year ago, just under 1 year ago, we had almost no snow for the whole winter. December almost snowless. Just very small amounts. Come February, we got about 60 centimeters of snow in one night, and 3 days earlier, me and my family, we had gotten a puppy. And what do you have to do with a puppy early morning? You have to run outside so it doesn't pee inside. So we open the door, I have the puppy in my hands, and I'm gonna jump outside just wearing my pajama trousers and a t-shirt and some boots. I'm gonna jump outside, open the door, and because of the drift snow had piled up over 1 meter of snow in front of my door. And now the predicament was, okay, where do I put the puppy? I can't just lay him down in the snow. So I walk around waiting the snow, freezing cold, trying to find some spot where the wind has swept the snow away. Fortunately, finally found one, and I did this business there. But I was okay. So everyone with the loud but ruggedly handsome guides can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so welcome to Þingvellir. This is where we had in 930 the first parliament of its kind, a representative parliament, a democratic parliament, founded by Vikings, who were a little bit tired of getting no laws over the people around them. Everyone could do just about anything they liked because there were no laws. It was just the laws of the Norse pagans, and they are the golden middle way, don't kill anyone unless you really have to, etc, etc. So the Goldilocks rule is the Norse paganism. Now, it didn't really look like this at the time. For example, there are no native pine trees here in Iceland. They are all imported. About 100 years ago they started importing pine trees, but the rest of the forest you see here, and yes, we do call it a forest.
What? That's a forest.
That in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you do if you get lost in an Icelandic forest? You stand up.
Yes.
Otherwise it's your own damn fault. So this area has actually sunken down about 40 centimeters since the Vikings had the parliament. There was a big earthquake in the late 1700s, and this whole area sank down about 40 centimeters. But what you're looking at now is not only a historical place, this is also a one-of-a-kind geological place. I say one-of-a-kind because this is, well, it's one of two places, so it's two of a kind. One of two places in the world where you can see a diverging continental rift boundary on dry land. Most of it, or 70,000 kilometers of it, is underwater, under the ocean, the longest mountain range on Earth. But here it comes up onto the surface because Iceland is simply a blob on the ocean floor. There is a giant hot spot underneath us. There is pretty much a tornado of lava right underneath us. Same is happening in Hawaii, many other places around the Earth. But here it hits this weak point in the crust, so we get plenty of material coming up. The weak spot is this plate boundary. So from our right side all the way to our left side, this is a rift valley, similar to what you can see in Ethiopia, the East African Rift Valley. 7 kilometers across, and this in about 8,000 years has drifted away about 70 meters from one end to the other. So if we add up all the fissures and all the cracks, and we get 70 meters from east to west, and then it has fallen down about 40 meters. So if you want to picture it, how it's happening, imagine you have a pizza dough on two separate cutting boards, and you pull the cutting boards apart, then you get a bit of a weak spot in the middle, and it sinks down. There is less material to hold it up. So that's what's happening here. What happens if the earth opens up all the way down through the crust? Simply more material comes up, you get an eruption. Okay? And that's what we're getting here in Iceland very often, on average every 5 years. So now it's, in 2011 we had in Vatnajökull, and then in 2015 we had in northeast of Iceland called Volurhraun. That was the biggest lava eruption since the late 1700s. So we have it kind of rolling, and now we are waiting on at least 3 major volcanoes to erupt. So there's always some volcanic activity in Iceland. Icelandic.
The only horse that have 5 gates.
Okay, here.
Yes. Well, I have heard that.
Okay, my lovely peeps. This is what you've been waiting for. We are going to see the geysers, the geysers go off. So, follow me as we go.
I would stick with the one, only horses here.
All right, that's one, so we're going to have to wait for the next one, but we're going to get a little bit closer to it. Yee-hee! Let's go.
It's A, water, 2, Around here we have some sort of an intrusion. There is lava trying to get up to the surface, but it didn't get all the way. So that's why we have all this heat in the ground. So we have a little bit of a diagram here. So if you imagine this being, so this is supposed to be a geyser, and at the very bottom of it you have something very hot, and there is a water supply coming into this column of water. So you have to have 3 things to get an exploding, on an erupting geyser. You have to have water, heat and pressure. Pressure because you have to get superheated water, and at greater pressures you have the water boiling at a higher temperature. So down here it might be 127 degrees Celsius, and that's superheated. But the boiling point of the water at the top is only 100 degrees. No, so we continue and I go backwards. So so you get this superheated water at the bottom of the column. It's constant flow of hot water, super hot water coming into this column, and it starts bubbling, it starts getting unstable. So you will get some disturbance, and not only disturbance but also lower pressure. And with the lower pressure you get small explosions here and there. But because of the pressure they are kept down. So this is always building up energy until finally you have this explosion of pretty much steam. The water turns to steam, and the steam has nowhere to go except up. So it pushes away all the water on top, instantly boiling it as well. So you get very hot water shooting out of the ground. That was the cue for the Geyser.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Sometimes works. And it was a small fart. They grow bigger.
That's a tiny one, people.
On the right side we have Geysir. Geysir was the one giving all the other geysers around the world their name. It's not as big as Old Faithful. It's not as voluminous as some of the other geysers around. But for some reason, this one gave its names to all the others. It is now mostly inactive. This year it has erupted twice. Until then it had been inactive for several years. In 2006 there was a big earthquake, and something happened, something changed, so it started erupting every few hours. Then it stopped.
I think it's about to erupt soon. So let's get down here. Let's get here so we can see if it's gonna go. I'm just gonna leave this. Woohoo! All right, I got that one. Yes. Oh yes. All right, my peeps. I hope y'all saw that, because I got it.
You got a video?
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay, that was brill. Okay, I want you to just zoom in on it. That is the waterfalls. And just have a look and see. Those are my fingers, which are nearly about to fall off because it is 9 degrees below zero. But because I love you peeps, I'm filming. That is just the coolest. Enjoy, 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 because I'm telling y'all, I'm suffering out here doing this, but I'm doing it for you. I'm suffering for my peeps. It's cold. Here, hold this for me, please. Just to prove I'm here and I'm cold.
And the water's falling.
And the water's falling. Lovely. Okay. Yep, okay. Okay, my peeps, that's another waterfalls, and this is at nighttime. Got the light there. You can see it. Absolutely amazing.